Just quick little refreshment. And
absolutely, absolutely. And for now, up next, we're going to have how to create and use tape loops and tape players as musical instruments. And I have a link as well that I will share. Thank you for making it easy to share your links. Nice job.
I am back. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Do I need to introduce myself again?
You want to just do a quick, I'm Jean-Baptiste. Sure.
So I reintroduce myself because
Or
it's
why don't you introduce yourself in the session name?
Okay. So my name is Jean-Baptiste, and I will talk to you about these little things which are called tape loops. These are audio cassettes which are modified, and I will. You can find a lot of resources already about tape loops online, and I will try to talk about some extra tips I found on this technique. I will switch to my other camera again, but this time the sound will come from this little speaker. I can't show you, but the sound may be not as good. So please tell me if it's not really loud enough, and I'll try to accommodate. Okay, so tape loops are actually just bits of a cassette and just a strip of a cassette that is cut to a precise length and put back inside the casing as a loop. So it's really it's really simple to get into. It sounds like this. Okay, so that was clear enough for the sound? Okay, great. So this is just your basic tape loop, which is a circle going inside the case. If you want to build your own, I'm not sure we'll have enough time. I'll see if I have enough time at the end, and I will show you how to build yours. What I want to show you is that you can modify your cassette to make crazier and longer loops and do all kinds of things with it. First, what you can do is make, I'm not sure you can see really what's inside. I think you can see the inside. So you have the loop going a longer route inside the cassette with bits glued inside to create capstans so that the tape can run for a longer time and then give you a longer loop. I have a question regarding a Mobius loop. Just finish this bit and I can answer that question. So you can, stuck bit inside, you can recycle. It's all about recycling. You can recycle the little capstan here and glue it back on other pieces. You can, when you go to flea markets, etc., try to grab as much tape as you can and just use it for do all kind of tape loops and montage. Regarding the Mobius loop, actually, it's not possible to do a Mobius loop on a tape, because when we talk about the side, let me just grab this. This is the tape, the actual tape, and we say a tape has two sides, but it's not like you can flip it. It doesn't work this way. There is signal only on one side, and you have the two sides actually just on one side of the tape. And let's say the left side is the stereo signal, like left right, and the right side is the stereo signal for the other side. And you can see on my player here, which has an auto reverse, what it does is that at one point the tape will go this way, and at one point it will go this way, and the playhead inside will only listen to like the top two signals or the top or the bottom two signals. I'm not sure if that's clear enough. I do a lot of hand gesture and really zoomed in, so I'm not sure. But hey, if you have more questions, feel free to ask. So yeah, so Mobius loops are not possible, but you can do some other things. You can break the cassette shell and have really, 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 really long tape going. And you can use other things as a pivot to have the tapes rolling around. I will just move the camera and show you what I plan to use. If you can see over here, up there, I have a tape player, and the tape is open to the side, and I have this jar full of rocks that is weighing the tape in place, so it can go all the way around like this. So it's actually a much simpler method than having the tape go inside, because it can get stuck, it can break more easily, it's harder to calculate the exact length. With this method, you can go really, really long. You just need to have a pivot which is heavy enough to hold the tape, because these machines are really, really tricky. It has a regular tape player has maybe two motors, one here. Let me shut this off. One here that's rolling the spiral, and you have just one here, and this is the one just here, just this one. This is the one that is actually pulling the tape. And if your tape is not tense enough inside the tape loop, you can get sucked inside and break. So when you make your tape loop, you need to have the right tension. If it's too tight, the tape will not run. And if it's too loose, it will get stuck inside and stop playing. Okay? Do you have any question? Okay, okay. Yeah, that's right. The tape being stuck. So if we have, oh no, I have a couple more things I want to talk about. I showed you that you can play back a tape of pre-recorded sound, so you can use it as a sample. But when I started to mess around with tape, my idea was to use it as a musical instrument, as a looper, and as a way I can record sound on it and having them played infinitely. So this worked quite well. But there is one problem, is that you have a gap. Because when you record, you have your play and record head here, and when you have a recorder, you have an erase head here. So this head erase the signal, and this one puts new signal in it. But you have a gap in the middle when you record. So when you record, let's say, a continuous loop, continuous sound, you will have a gap in sound, a drop, silence. So it's not good. It didn't work for me. I wanted to have continuous sounds, drones, and really ambient sounds going. So I had to find a way to avoid this problem of the erase head just here. So I found a couple solutions for this. And the first involves modifying the cassette shell. Let me grab another example here. There. What's happening here is that I break this part here. The erase head would be here. So I break this part here so that the tape can go this way and physically avoid the erase head. It's not going all the way around in front of the erase head here. It goes, and I break the wall here, and it goes straight to the play record head. So it goes, I record, it goes, avoid the erase head, record again, etc., etc. So I can have sound and sound this way. And it works. It works okay. It's just that if you want to flip the tape like this way to play the other side, if you have your tape going here, it won't be driven by the motor here, so your tape will play in only one direction. It's a lot of little technical things you have to keep in mind when you work with tape loops. So this is the first method, or where you avoid physically the erase head. There is another method which involves modifying directly the tape player and the tape recorder, is that you can have put adhesive tape over the erase head so that it doesn't make contact and the signal is not erased. I didn't want to put adhesive tapes on my machine, so I took the sensible route and I opened them and I unplugged one cable inside after doing some research. And this way you could just unplug the erase head connector, and it stopped working. And I did this on the two machines. Let's see if I can show you here. A bit of cable juggling. So on this one, it's not apparent, it's just that I modified it and I added this little box and I added switches in the middle so I can activate or deactivate the erase head for this machine for each track. So I can say, oh, I want to record and erase, but for the 2, 3, and 4, I want to record and keep it as it is, like do sound and sound recording. And during the performance I will play with this switch so I can have sound erased or not, and use it really as a live looper, but a very crude one. And on this Tascam, it's actually just here under the cables. Not sure you will see much, but it's, yeah. And it's actually not that difficult to make because it's inside the machine, just a connector to unplug. You have a bit of drilling if you want to install switches. But if you just wanted to leave it off, you can just tape the connector and leave it like that in the enclosure. And I think that's it for the rest. And you will hear after how it can sound.
Great. And I don't know if you saw the chat. Someone said they remember playing a Commodore 64. Commodore 64 tapes on audio players. And there was also a comment about, can you still copy a subway ticket with these tapes? And have you heard the sound of such tickets or other magnetic tickets?
I haven't, no. I haven't tried playing with other material, but I've seen really interesting instruments. I think it was the company Gaken, Japanese company Gaken, that does a lot of musical toy instrument, and they made this little recorder where you could record like on a metal railing, and you could slide a recorder head over a metal railing, and you speak in the microphone at the same time. Yep. And when you can play it back, and the signal is engraved, sort of, or imprinted in the metal railing. Yeah, yeah. So I think that's interesting. I remember seeing also an art group called Signal to Noise, where they framed a lot of tapes, and you had a glove with a playhead at the tip of your finger, and you can move your finger on the frame with the audio tape, and you could find another way to play with the magnetic tape. Oh, that's cool. You know, actually, Kevin Lau, who's on here, is he started Maker Faire Shenzhen and has been active in the Asia Pacific region with Maker Fairs. I believe he works with Gaken and also makes really cool products too. So a little plug for MakerNet. Kevin and Takasu actually, they curated the whole Asia Pacific building, but I think anyone that's got products or product ideas can reach out to Kevin at MakerNet, or reach out to me and I'll get you connected. Okay. So, great. Yeah, and he does lots of cool things, even with like Neodenki and a whole bunch. So he is very much into like what we were just talking about. Maybe there's a product. Never know. Excellent. Well, let me that ends this segment. Yeah.